I think classics is a great program of study for anyone who's interested in the human experience.
Studying classics automatically makes you think on a 2,000-year level.
Questions about how stories get told, how we know what we think we know about the past.
It is such a treasure, and it really is timeless.
We got history, we got literature, we have people in the department who do philosophy, who do music, who do drama.
The quality of that theater, the quality of that philosophy, the quality of that literature is stupendous.
What Thoreau described as the most noble recorded thoughts of humankind.
Classics is like that one thing where you can get the language and the society and the religion and the anthropology in one place.
It's really about the experience of being human over time. The good, the bad, the ugly, the weird, the absurd. It's great.
There is nothing else I would rather study than the ancient world.
I did a summer intensive Greek, and I kept falling in love with it.
There has to be a reason why over hundreds of years, hundreds of monks studiously sat and wasted their eyes away copying down every scrap of classical learning they could preserve.
You are not alone. You are one in a long and colorful human story.
You have a much better sense of all of the historical trends that have led to things that are going on today.
It's about right now, and like, what do you like to study? And I like to study Latin, and it's fun and cool, and you learn all these word stories.
The complicated rules and how that opens up whole new worlds of literature, of theater, and history, and philosophy.
It's well worth learning all 5 declensions, all 4 conjugation patterns to be able to read Petronius and the Satyricon, to be able to read Ovid.
I found that it was the most exciting reading and thinking that I had done in my undergraduate career, and I switched.
It'll form your character like nothing else.
You can major or minor in Greek language, Latin language, or classical civilization. The Greek and Latin courses are small, of seminars of 6 people or 8 people. You go deep into a text, you talk about all the words, how they relate, the nuances, and what we can learn about the society and the culture from going as deep as possible into the minds of the ancients. The classical civilization courses provide breadth. You read everything in translation, so you can get through much more in the same amount of time.
The New England Board of Higher Education provides a tuition break for students who are Latin majors.
There is a chance to learn the languages, there is a chance to learn the history, the archaeology, the art, and to do it in small group context where you really get to know both the material and your instructors. It kind of sets us apart.
The classics department at the University of Vermont is one of the most inclusive and friendly departments in the entire campus.
Small, so you get really one-on-one attention with all of the professors.
It's almost like a secret, because like not a lot of people know about it.
Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's office door is open.
So you can have a small college experience on a larger university campus.
They're so friendly and accessible, and they want to get to know the student body. And this is coming from someone who isn't even a classics major.
You really get the experience of a bigger department with variety while having the experience of a smaller department with your friendships and your professional relationships.
The people I've encountered, and their passion is just so contagious, and the amount of work and help they put in.
The department here is really special. It's filled with a lot of people who really take the time to get to know you, to work with you, and they sort of become your friends and your family.
Some of my best friends are people that I've met through classics.
I fell in love.
We can do all sorts of events together. I like that a lot. It's one of the highlights, I think, of our program.
We have a very active classical club that meets once a week, the Goodrich Classical Club, for experimental archaeology in legionary formations, ancient music ensemble, ancient culinary events, board gaming workshops, film nights, museum field trips.
We just recently went on a trip to the MFA in Boston, so that was really fun.
I went to Greece one summer and got to do an archaeological dig.
I was able to learn about ancient theater and then put on ancient theater.
Fortune worthy of lament, woman, your lot in life. Some age of misfortunes, can't tell you, princess, we got you.
course, Burlington is arguably the best college town in the country, definitely in the top 3.
We have a lot of food, we have a lot of fun, we work together on a lot of projects that are not purely academic. For instance, we just did Vermont Latin Day.
As I like to call it, the Comic-Con for classics nerds.
We hosted hundreds of high school Latin students and we all pitched in.
And it's such a fun thing because you get to engage other students and like things you've learned and like pass on this knowledge to like a high school student and be like, this is something you can do in college. It doesn't just end in high school.
I don't want to stoop to usefulness, but it's there.
Classics is a very great foundation for literally anything you want to do in life.
UVM is the only university in the country that has a motto that comes from Latin literature. It's from Horace's epistles, Studiis et rebus honestis, and it's an exhortation to a young friend of Horace's to get up early in the morning, call for a lamp, and read the epics of Homer for all the lessons about life and leadership.
I think I want to be a Latin teacher.
Best lawyers or classicists?
I've developed this joy throughout college and realized that I want to share it with new people.
Which majors earn the most? I'll tell you, Greek and Latin is in the top 3.